Hello everyone, I'm Black Alex 88 fan here, and we are going to be doing more NASCAR Heat 5 Championship mode. Did a 2020 reschedule, and we're going to be racing at Bristol for the 9th race of the season. So as we try to go on our qualify lap here, the pole sitter is 15 seconds. So that's really not a lot. That's a lot of time I have to make up on that, but it doesn't seem we're going to get the pole here. We're actually going to be off by a second. We're going to qualify in the 27th position. That's probably our worst. Actually, no, it's not our worst. Last race was worse. But the pole sitter will actually go to... oh yeah, you see the Hedrick guys are doing pretty bad. The pole sitter goes Matt DiBenedetto. So as you see, we're at Bristol Motor Speedway. And Chris Buescher starts really fast today, as well as gets Ryan Newman since they're both in the same row. Keselowski has to go back to the rear. Matt DiBenedetto is on the pole winner, and as we saw last year's August Bristol race, he almost won that race if it wasn't for Newman blocking. But we're coming to the green flag at Bristol. The green flag in Bristol. We're underage racing at Bristol. Matt DiBenedetto already with a pretty good lead on Denny Hamlin. But here comes Denny Hamlin and Harvick are battling side by side as we're trying to pass Ryan Preece for the 25th position. We clear Ryan Preece. Now we're up to Quinn Houff. As now we're gonna, looks like we're gonna clear Quinn Houff here. We're trying to get up to David Ragan for 23rd position. As now we are side by side here. We clear David Ragan, trying to get up to Joey Logano. Logano's gonna get the drive off as the other guys get the drivers as well. So I'm gonna dive it in on the bottom. But Wallace can run the very top line. We're getting into Logano just a little bit. It doesn't affect their car handling though. But Bubba Wallace actually is gonna run the middle line. As now lap 3 is completed. Now Denny Hamlin's actually your new leader. We moved up to the 21st position, trying to pass Stenhouse, but surprisingly he's not doing pretty good because usually at Bristol he's amazing. He's in top 10 or top 5. And his best finish is second as we go in the back of Christopher Bell. There's smoke coming out of the 95, but he saves the car. Now trying to get underneath Christopher Bell. Right in front of him is Alex Bowman as we're still side by side. We're gonna make a little bit of contact. As now we're coming in down the back straightaways. Hamlin's still your race leader, completing lap number 8. Trying to pass Alex Bowman. We clear Christopher Bell. Almost clear, but when we get up to him, Bowman gets in a wall. That's going to allow Ty Dillon going underneath us, as well as Quinn Houff. Quinn Houff already in the top 20. Never thought you'd ever see Quinn Houff in the top 20. Matt Kenseth began to dropping back, as well as Jimmy Johnson, who started in 10th. Started 17th, made contact with Quinn Houff. Now we're in the 19th position, as now Kenseth is trying to get by Jimmy Johnson, as he does on the outside lane. So as we go underneath Jimmy Johnson, almost clear 7-time champion Jimmy Johnson. So far, Jimmy Johnson this season has just not been the season where Jimmy Johnson is. But right now we're up to Matt Kenseth now, trying to pass him. Let's get into the left rear quarter panel. Is now we're 3 wide for 16th. It's me, Ty Dillon, and Kenseth make contact with Ty Dillon. We're going to easily clear Ty Dillon, but we're still side by side with Matt Kenseth. But now Daniel Suarez and Kyle Busch is up here. I'm really surprised Kyle Busch is in 14th. I honestly thought he would be in the top 5, maybe top 3. But right, we get around Suarez with the bumper. Now let's try to get around Kyle Busch. We are 3 wide for 14th. Kenseth's going to get the run as we get into Kyle Busch. Is now we're still side by side, but Matt Kenseth's gonna get the drive off. And now just a couple laps remaining, with 8 laps remaining in stage number 1. Points will be awarded. And now trying to get around William Byron. As now Timmy Hill's actually gonna be a favor for the other guys who are running the top. I'm gonna get into him. We're coming into lap traffic now. We passed Ryan Newman. As now we're up to 11. We clear Tyler Reddick. And now we're in the top 10. Somebody slow up the track. It's going to hold up at least 20 cars, I believe. And now it looks like Justin Haley has an issue. And now all of a sudden we're in the third with only 1 lap to go. Chris Busch is your leader. We get into Jones, white flag for stage number 1. We get into Corey LaJoy. And now it looks like we're side by side with the leader. We make contact. A wild first stage here. As now we're up to Eric Amarola now. As we're gonna, looks like last lap pass. We're gonna win stage number 1. What a crazy stage 1 finish. That's probably gonna be the craziest stage finish this season. Unless we go to the same thing in Bristol. But there's their top 10 as you see. Kurt Busch gets Kurt Busch gets 10th, which he gets the last stage point. So yeah, that's gonna help him in the regular season. But now, looks like 45 laps of fuel. We're not gonna make it. But there's some people who are pitting with Timmy Hill and Bobby Carter lap down, maybe a pit strategy or something like that. But now we're coming back to the restart zone. It's gonna be me and Chris Buescher on row 1, and Ryan Blaney, Mark Dixon on row 2. Green flags back in the air at Bristol. 28 laps remaining in stage number 2. Already, we cleared Chris Buescher coming out of the corner. It's now entering turns 3 and 4. It's me and Chris Buescher and Ryan Blaney, the top 3, and Harvick and Truex are battling for 4th and 5th. As we lead that lap, a couple laps later, nothing really happened except we get into lap traffic. We passed John Hunter Nemechek, and Joey Gase and Brendan Gaughan are going up the track, so we're easily gonna pass these guys. Well, now just a couple laps to go, 13 laps to go. Kyle Busch is up there, but the caution's gonna come out. Everyone seems to be pitting here, but that's Kyle Busch and Stenhouse. That caution really saved them. If they did not get that caution, there was no way they were gonna stay on the lead lap. I'm really surprised Kyle Busch is really struggling in the 24th position. But it looks like everyone's coming to the pit road. I'm actually gonna stay out. I really don't think tires actually matter. As you see, there's some pit strategy. Jimmy Johnson plus 10 positions. But the green flag's back down the air. Chris Busch is all of a sudden not into the top 10. 10 laps remaining in stage 2. As now, it's me and Ryan Blaney. And here comes Kevin Harvick on the inside of Ryan Blaney. It's now coming to 3 before we go up the track. It may allow Kevin Harvick, but we're going to clear him coming out of the corner. We're going to lead this lap. With 9 laps remaining, here comes Kevin Harvick on the inside. Harvick's going to clear me. And here comes Byron. Byron's on the inside of Blaney. Try to go on the inside. My car's just tight. And I slowly realized that tires actually matter at Bristol. With 8 laps remaining, there is no way I was gonna win this stage, as we're gonna lose a position to Kurt Busch, as well as Mark Truex Jr. trying to fight all these positions. Here comes Elliott, but we're actually gonna get into Truex right quarter panel. White flag in this stage. We're dropped back all the way to 10th. And now here comes Denny Hamlin. Try to get that last point, but it just seems tires just really matter. And Kevin Harvick, he's going to win stage number 2. And we're going to come home with a disappointing 11th place finish. So I got to keep in mind later in this race that, you know, tires actually matter. So that's one thing I need to pay attention. It looks like Eric Jones is going to get the free pass. And yeah, obviously we need a pit. I honestly think, going for points, but how silly I was just staying out, just playing games, guess didn't work at all. We're back into the 25th position now. As the green flag is back down in the air, it's Kevin Harvick and Denny Hamlin. And no, it's Kevin Harvick and William Byron, I should say. Byron's your leader on the top lane, but here comes Kevin Harvick. So now we already passed 2 cars on the restart. Now we're up to 22nd. Coming in turns 3 and 4. Harvick's going to lead this lap. As now we're underneath Ryan Newman now. As now we complete this lap. 60 laps remaining. That's enough time. That's a lot of time for me to get back into the lead. Harvick's already pulling away from Kurt Busch, who's in 2nd place, I believe. And now trying to get underneath Joey Logano. We're 3 wide. It's myself, Logano, and Clint Boyer. Logano decides to, get out of the throttle. He does not want to be in that 3 wide situation. And Boyer's going to get around me. We're moved up to the 17th position. We're gonna get into the Jimmy Johnson as he's sideways and there was smoke coming out of the car, but he saves the car. It looks like we're gonna clear Jimmy Johnson. As now we moved up to a 14th position trying to catch Bowman, who's in 13th. Not really good at Bristol. We get into Bowman. He's sideways with he has smoke coming out of the back of the car. I've been fighting him for a couple of laps now. But Kurt Busch, who was all the way in 2nd, and now dropped back to 12th. And now we're going to pass Kurt Busch as well. We're going to pass Kurt Busch's number in 2018. The 41 of Cole Custer. And now lap traffic was coming. See all 4 of these guys on the top lane where Brendan Gaughan was running. As now we're going to get clear Byron, Reddick, and Ryan Blaney. And now we caught up to 7th place car, Chris Buescher, who's having an amazing career day. Is now trying to pass Chris Buescher and Matt Kenseth. Are going to clear both of them for 6th. Matt Kenseth actually gets around us. And so we get around Martrix Jr. And now it's Kenseth and Elliott in front of me. They have been held up by a bunch of traffic. We're going to get into Chase. We're going to get around Chase Elliott. Actually, we're side by side, but we're going to clear him. And now we're underneath Matt Kenseth, and we're also going to clear him. Now we're up to Matt DiBenedetto as Alex Bowman gets the lap down. Denny Hamlin right now is leading this race. So I'm trying to get underneath DiBenedetto. A little contact there. Coming in turns 1 and turns 2. We clear Matty D. And now sets our sights on Kevin Harvick, but he's so far up there. He's right up there. But the caution's actually going to come out. 27 laps remaining. There's some split pitch strategy here. Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick, they're actually going to come to the pit road. I'm honestly shocked with this decision. I really don't think they can make up all that time up. Look how much people gained. Like, it looks like they're probably going to be around like 17th, 18th for something like that. But the green flag's back down there. We spin the tires. 23 laps remaining. It's me and Matt Kenseth. We're going to clear Matt Kenseth coming off the corner. It's now down the back straight we go. So they took 4 tires, Denny Hamlin and Kevin Harvick. It looks like we're gonna lead this lap. But soon I realized Martrix Jr. had 4 fresh tires, was running me down, as well as Denny Hamlin and Tyler Reddick. 17 laps remaining. I try to go on the top lane, but it doesn't work, because here comes Hamlin. He's gonna get around me, as well as Tyler Reddick with 14 laps remaining. Tires do seem to matter, but traffic does as well. Hamlin and Reddick doesn't get around traffic. We're going to get into Denny Hamlin as well. We're going to clear Denny Hamlin for the lead. And now, oh, there's someone up the track. They're wrecking. It's David Reagan as the AI just shoves us into the car. The caution comes out as Truex actually passes us, but that's not for position. We have a lot of damage to our race car, so that may cause us to restart here. And there's a bunch of drivers who are actually pitting here. So is William Byron, and you see him on the left, he's actually pitting. So a little pit strategy, but obviously they're probably not going to win the race. So we're coming to the restart zone. It's Main Martrix Jr., Denny Hamlin, and Tyler Reddick. They have better tires. Green flag is back in the air. Truex gets a horrible restart. We're already going to have a 2 to 3 car length lead. 2 laps remaining. Overtime. It's me and Denny Hamlin, the top 2. It's side by side for 3rd. It's Chase Elliott and Denny Hamlin. Coming in turns 3 and turns 4. This time by will be the white flag. The Benedetto's trying to get 3rd. White flag in the air one more time around. Can I hold off Denny Hamlin as well as Matt DiBenedetto? He's right there as well. Coming in turns 3 and 4. Trying to get my 3rd win of the 2nd win of the season, I believe. We're gonna win at Bristol. We win at Bristol Motor Speedway. Probably one of an intense, maybe the intense couple of 20 laps, because I didn't think I would have held them all. Held Denny Hamlin, Reddick, and Martrix Jr. And then when David Reagan got on the wall and I crashed into him when the AI made me hit him, I honestly thought I was not going to win the race. But if the traffic wasn't there, I would have not won that race. Here's your top 10, here's your finishing results. Stenhouse actually finished in 7th, so props to him. There's big names like Joey Logano, Alex Bowman, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski just not had the days they wanted. But next race, we're going to go racing at Atlanta. So here's your point standings. I already have 2 wins of the season. So yeah, guys, if you're new to the channel, yeah, here's the playoffs and stuff like that. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe, like, and comment. I'll see you next time. Peace out. I'm out.